this is the general structure of an AXI protocol device. It is a master-slave protocol, and it has 5 different channels to communicate between a master and slave. So these channels are called write address channel, write data channel, and write response channel, and read address and read data channel. So a master will be initiating a write request to the slave through the write address and write data. For address and data, we have separate signals and separate channels. And the response for the write, which is whether the write is okay or if any error is happening to the write, those kind of response will be sent back from the slave to the master through the write response channel. And for the read, there are again 2 separate channels, which is the read address channel. So master will be initiating the read address to the slave, and as a response, the slave will be giving its read data back through the read data channel. So note that there is no response channel for the read request and read data, because the read data itself is a response, and with the read data you can embed, the slave can embed the read response. Thus there are 5 different channels, and AXI is a standard protocol defined by ARM. So this is a signal description of each and every channel. So there is a clock and reset in every channel, and every channel is based on a valid ready protocol. So the requester will be initiating a valid signal when a valid data is present in the particular channel, and the response device will be placing a ready signal when it is ready to accept the data. So a data is valid in the interface only when there is a valid and ready. So there are separate valid and ready in all the different channels. So these are the write address channel signals, which are write ID, write address, WA length, WA size, a cache, a port, a valid and ready. I am not elaborating each and every signals, but I will just give you a brief idea of the functionality of the signals at the end. And in the same way, there are in the write data channel there is an ID signal and a data signal which is called as W data, and a W last, which is indicating the last data transfer, and a valid and ready. And in the write response channel also, the ID is present with the name BID, and a response signal which is saying whether the write is okay or if any error is happening, that encoding is there, and a valid and ready signals are also present. So you can see that in all the write address, data, and response channel, there is a common signal which is the ID. So this is used by the master to group a set of different transactions that is going out of the order. Thus the master can initiate write request separate, write address and write data request separately at any time without any correlation in between, and the only thing is it can maximum make 16 out of order transaction at a time, as the WID length field is limited by 3 down to 0 bit. Thus, and the slave will be grouping these out of order signals coming through the write address and write data channel by using the WID, and it will be giving the response in the BWID in the response channel for the same write request when the write request is completed. So in the same way, in the read channel there is a address and data channel. So address is a request and data is a response from the slave. So there is the ID present in both address and response channel or the data channel, and in the read request address channel there is a read address and read length, and many more control signals are present which you can ignore now, and valid and ready are there. And in the same way, when the slave is sending the response back to master, it will indicate or associate a response with an RID, and also the data will be present with a last signal. So this is a signal description of the AXI protocol. If you are interested, you can go in deep of understanding this protocol by downloading the AXI specification. And going back to the OCP signals protocol, again it's a master slave protocol. It has only got 2 channels. There are no separate read and write channels in the OCP. There is only a single request channel and a single response channel. All the read and write requests from the master to the slave will be sent through the request channel, and all the response for the writes and read from the slave to the master is sent back through the response channel. And this is a signal description. Again it got an address, command, data and valid, which is driven from the master to the slave, and the slave will respond back with a slave command accept and slave data and slave data accept and slave respond. The M command field will tell whether it is a read or write. So this is a brief description of OCP signals. If you are interested, you can learn by downloading the OCP protocol specification. And also there is no need to understand these protocols in deep to understand this working session here. While going through the next session, if you are coming across any questions related to the protocols, you can come back and see the session and refer the session material. This document is attached to the session as a downloadable material.